What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Stadia Hour. This is your boy Rick Tone, and I wanted to do a little special video, seeing that we're almost a year into Stadia, a little over 9 months now. I want to do the top 10 games I want to see on Stadia. This is just my opinion, some facts in it that I would say that would contribute to, that the games that would contribute to the whole life of Stadia, or there's a whole feel of Stadia, because some games do bring a community. So yeah, I do take that in consideration, but for the most part, most of them is what I like, and I think from playing with people, because I think with me, my content here, I actually play on Stadia. Like I main Stadia. I don't really play other platforms. So and I play multiplayer games as well. So, and I'm in Discords that are Stadia based. So I'm not just saying stuff. That's my lens, you know. I'm not looking at the business aspect, or I do, because my last video, a couple videos ago, I talked about, you know, cloud gaming as a whole and why it can work. But for the most part, I'm boots on the ground. I'm ranking file, you know. I see where it's at every day. I sign on. I see who's playing what, and I'm definitely in a bunch of communities. So I think I have a good pulse of what would work on Stadia. Alright, so I'll start with 10. These are numbered from, I would say, importance. Yeah, I would say from importance and playability, what would really help the platform as a whole. But number 10, we got Control. I haven't played it, but I've played another game that they made, where they use some characters, some real live action characters. I think it's Remedy, the studio that makes it. I think they made Alan Wake also. Games like that. So I kind of put Control and all those games mixed together. Like if they could bring some remakes or some remaster, I think games like that, story-driven games with powers, some sci-fi mixed in. From playing with people in the community, I think they gravitate toward those type of games. They like to jump in. There's a clear story, just linear. I think that's why a lot of people get they get a little frustrated with like Destiny sometime. That's the main thing I get, because I'm recruiting Destiny Clan. That's my main game I play, Stadia. So I get a lot of people that, you know, they want to play, they don't know where to go. So a game like Control, it's just a linear, you can't mess up, but you have fun along the way. So I definitely think Control would be great. Number 9 is Kingdom Hearts. Whatever the series, the remake, or the latest one, but I definitely think a Kingdom Hearts game would be great on Stadia. Just another fun-loving game with good amount of lore, but it doesn't take itself like too seriously. That would be great for the casual crowd on Stadia. We gotta be honest, I think for the most part, the people I play with are fairly casual. It doesn't mean they don't play a lot. It just doesn't mean, when I say casual, they don't care about maybe little dips here. They're not looking for like 4K. They just want a great gaming experience, and I think Kingdom Hearts would lend to that. Hopefully like a series, preferably like a whole series of games would be awesome. My number 8, GTA 5. I definitely think that would be cool, and whatever that would be excellent. My next one, number 7, Lucky 7, is this shouldn't even be higher. I don't know how I put this 7, but Devil May Cry, and the last one I think was Devil May Cry 5. But yeah, I love the Devil May Cry series. I think that would lend itself great. Once again, very linear, action-packed. Just boom, and it's the way it plays is really like a great button masher. That could even be played on mobile, and that's another thing too. Yeah, I was actually at someone's house the other day, and I showed them Stadia working on mobile with 4G. They couldn't believe it, because it was like no storage requirements, and I think that's something that a lot of people don't understand. They're like, oh, I'm playing Stadia on my phone. They're probably thinking maybe 20 gigs are taken up or something like that. Now, right from your phone, it was a screen. I was showing them it was Kratos. It was a little kid I was talking to. They actually knew about Kratos. So kid, it's definitely, that's why it's good to talk to people on the ground level. You can't just talk to people in your own circles to really get what games will work on Stadia. But yeah, I told them it was free. You just sign up, let your parents sign up. You can, just buy the games, or if you do the $9.99 a month, and that's great. It's a cheap gaming option. It's feasible for a lot of people. The $500 consoles aren't feasible for everybody. I noticed. Just talking to everyday people, it's not in their plans. But yeah, so I think DMC would be awesome. The next game, number 6. With number 6, I'm gonna jump into, I would say, a BioShock. The BioShock series remake. A remake would be great with all the games. But if you played BioShock, it's great. It's pretty linear, so that lends itself great. The art style is amazing. I think it would run fantastically through the cloud. It would be great. There's some great stories, man. If you ever played BioShock Infinite, like, just great, going up into the Cloud City. I know, right? No pun intended, but it's just I think a game like that really would suit Stadia. Then the community would eat that up. Great game to stream, because there's probably a decent amount of people that haven't played that. I would say generation that hasn't played that. Yeah, so that was number 6. So we're jumping into the top 5. And my next one, I would say Okami. And I feel like Okami has a great chance because that's on the Nintendo platform. Alright, my next one, that was, we're in the top 5, that was 5. I'm gonna say my next one would be Dishonored, the Dishonored series. Another great game. Kind of cool art style. It's not really intensive graphics, but on a high graphic settings, it would look even better. I could play all 3 of those games. It's just awesome. If they could have a bundle to play all 3, something like that is really good. Sneaking around. I think, yeah, Stadia needs some more stealth games. I honestly don't think they have a stealth game right now. They definitely need, I would say, 4 to 5 stealth games in the next, couple months. I know we're getting Hitman later in the year, and then the new Hitman in 2021. But yeah, definitely need some more stealthy games. Something like that is really cool. You can sit down on your computer, you're playing late at night. It's just cool. Like lower intensive games sometimes. There's a lot of FPSs. I think it could really lend itself to a genre like that. Okay, so where we are now. I know I skipped over one because I think I just made that adjustment. Definitely should be higher. Alright, we're going up there with the top 3 now. I would say Warframe. To me, Warframe would be awesome. Multiplayer game. Obviously, should have PC crossplay. And hopefully even cross progression, but if not, I would start my character over instantly. A game like that, just great. Less loading. I could just imagine less loading times. The worlds. I had so many frame rate problems on my Xbox. Does anyone talk about this stuff? I was dropping frame on my Xbox, a console. When I used to go to the world hubs, you'll see 40, 50 players and characters speak. I didn't have the best experience I could have, but I could just imagine playing that on in the cloud, just not having to worry about that. I just have to believe that's in the works somehow. But I knew somebody was trying to buy Warframe. I heard it might have been Sony maybe, but I don't know. I'm not saying Google's listening to this video. Who knows? Maybe a rep comes along, but I just gotta say, just buy that. If there's any internal rumblings, you just buy that, and I'm telling you, that could be your flagship game. Just make it exclusive for Stadia and PC. And Google's already made mention of that. Some games will be for can be for PC as well, because they have some deals with some of the first party games. Some of them will run for PC, so I don't see the issue. People, because you don't want to destroy those communities, But for the most part, scoop that up. Great game. You know, get another studio involved with that. It'd be awesome. Alright, so we're going into the top 2. And this one's tough because the next one I'm putting, oh man, these two are probably some of my favorite games. So maybe I'm just leaning towards what I think, but what could really help and to maybe even bring a community that's looking for something like this is the Legacy of Kain series. Anybody that knows Legacy of Kain knows what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, this game is just amazing. The game, it's not the best gameplay, but in terms of story, I'm talking, you want to hear, like, especially nowadays movies are so dumbed down, but if you want to hear just amazing dialogue, diction, and oh man, it's just awesome. It takes place in a mythical world called Nazgûl, for like vampires and humans. Been going at it for centuries, and there's an elder god. It's just, oh man, it's so amazing. I don't even want to butcher the story for you guys, but there's tons of videos out there, lore channels that explore the Legacy of Kain lore. It's life-changing, man. Something like that where it could be remastered, just to know you have it forever. You know, some people get some trepidation, like, oh, the cloud, they could just shut it down. Like, you gotta think, listen, it's a server, guys. They never need to shut down none of these games. Stadia literally can last forever. Whether they invest in it or not, those are different stories, but everything's gonna be in the cloud. Like, you want to watch Gone with the Wind, some 1950s shows, those, you find those in the cloud. They're just there. Doesn't take too much just to operate from the cloud, and technology is only getting better. So when people really look into it, there's no, these are the games you want. Not every game needs to be new. Oh, that was another thing I forgot to put. This list is not like new or not like I didn't put PlayStation exclusives. I wanted to put franchises that are established, games that we can talk about and say, because something in development might look great, but hey, who knows what's gonna happen. So I wanted to put that. So yeah, Legacy of Kain, I would love that to be on Stadia, because the ports now, the PC ports, don't play so great with the controller, and you really have to use the controller because it's kind of twitchy to be playing with the keyboard and mouse, because it's those those old like PlayStation type games, just they play better with a D-pad. But before we get to my number 1, I'm gonna put some honorable mentions, or kind of things that I want to see come to Stadia, but they're not necessarily out yet. One of those is Godfall. Saw the trailer. It's basically Destiny with swords. Looks like a great lore, mythical world, suits. It's gonna be a lot of cosmetics. It looks really cool. Action packed. Just multiplayer game. Those work. You go into the Stadia Discord. It's over 3,000 people in the Stadia Discord. That's just one game on there. There's other games I follow, but the multiplayer games work. People are always looking to play with somebody. So something like that. Great game to start a community. Great game to stream, and it's great. And then another one, this one I'm really hyped about, is Black Myth, and they're saying that they will be developing for cloud platforms. The usual suspects: PS5, Series X, PC. But yeah, they said that. So when they say the cloud platforms, come on, man, this is coming out for Stadia. Like, I don't need to. Who knows if it's a day and date thing? I don't know. But if I'm someone at Google, I'm calling that studio, and it's a new studio. They don't have any other games under their belt. So the work. Check out the trailer. But with the work that these guys are doing, I'm telling you, this. If I'm someone in Google, I'm making that call. Like, exclusive. We'll just buy your studio. Like, let's just take out a checkbook. Let everyone know your guys' salary is covered for the next 5 years. This game looks amazing. I'm even more hyped about this game than Cyberpunk. I love like Japanese lore, feudal Japan, like the Monkey King type lore. I love shows like that. I watch them sometime on Netflix. Like I just love that time period. It's great, and the art style, the dialogue, just awesome. I wouldn't even mind reading the subtitles because I like the original voices for those games. Honestly, maybe they should leave it like that. They just speak their language. I love it like that. But alright, so that brings me to the number one game that I think would benefit the most coming to Stadia. I'm gonna get some pushback on this one, but I think it's Anthem. I know some people will say, well, it's rough development start. They are doing 2.0. They are, they're giving updates every couple weeks now. It looks very promising. But there's just something about Anthem. And especially if they could just get all this stuff right, everything looks like it's gonna be right. But even the base game now, just release that on Stadia for Pro. You'll have a community. They're already supplementing it through Pro, so I don't think Google can't lose, and the Anthem devs can't lose. EA or the publisher, they can't lose, because to play it, you'd have to have Pro. I just think if they come in with a great price point, even if without Pro, put $10 on there. I just think it's huge. The amount of players that I play with in multiplayer game, Destiny, Division, they all have a soft spot for Anthem. We all want it to succeed, and I honestly think what's there to lose with it? Flying mech suits. I don't think something like that's gonna fail, especially right now. It might be a lull of games, and there's a lot of people that probably didn't play Anthem. So seeing them play it from scratch, because I played it with the bugs and this change this week, but from a new player's perspective, I wouldn't mind seeing that at all. And it's just that story, that redemption story. So I think with Stadia having a rough start, to some people saying that, and then Anthem having a really rough start, those two I just think it would be almost poetic. So that's my top 10 right there with my honorable mentions. I honestly think it'd be great, man. If even one of these games come, I'll be happy. I'll take a DMC, Devil May Cry. I'll take that. But Anthem, yeah, just playing with my friends, going over into Bastion again. That would be awesome, because I got rid of my Xbox, and I'm just not going back to 30 FPS. Yeah, Anthem on PC looks great. I could only imagine the cloud version. But yeah, that's it, guys. Just my little top 10, and tell me what's your top 10 or your top games that you want to come to Stadia, whether it be from other platforms or not. But just what do you think would benefit from Stadia? Let me know in the comment section. Alright, I'll see you next time, guys. Take care.